Right, so we're on to the last lift in the powerlifting, is the deadlift. Technique-wise, it's the simplest one. You're basically standing up, moving the bar from A to B in a straight line. It's primal. So we talk about how I deadlift. The first thing I like to do when I set up, walk up to the bar, and you want to take a stance where you feel, real explosive. You don't want to be standing too wide where you can't get enough power off the floor, but you don't want to be too narrow where you struggle to get your hips in. So if we talk about width, you want to be probably just inside shoulder width apart. This is going to apply to most people, and just with your toes slightly flared. So you don't want your feet dead on. You don't want them flared out too wide, just around about here. You'll find bigger, thicker guys will probably want to stand a little bit wider, as they've got wider hips, and it'll just allow you to stand and extend the hips all the way through a little easier at the top. So for myself, I'm here, and I like to line the bar up on my midfoot. So what I mean by that is the bar is, as I'm looking down, stood up straight, it kind of cuts the foot straight in half. So you'll probably see maybe 2 eyelets off your shoes sticking out the end there as I'm looking down over the bar. So that is my stance, my width, and how far I am away from the bar. So I'm probably giving myself about 3 inches from my shin to the bar whilst I'm stood up straight. Then I'll push back into my heels, bend over and take my grip. So basically you're loading up your hamstrings at that point. As I take my grip, I'll take a big breath, make sure my grip's secure. Take a breath and secure your core. So you're bracing there, then pull with your lats, so you're engaging your upper back. A good way to kind of mentally think, how do I do that? Is imagine, your arms are like hooks, your arms are hanging long, but you kind of want to pull your elbows into your back pockets as well. And what that's going to do is, as you're pulling your arms back, that's going to tighten up your upper back and your lats and put yourself in a decent position to start the pull. I will be dropping the hips just a smidge. I've already taken my breath. Then from that point, simultaneously, you're pulling with the back, driving with the legs, and then forcing the hips through to full extension. Then let's just repeat that setup again. So if you need to step away from the bar to recreate that whole setup from scratch until you get it right, take your stance, again, toes slightly flared, bars cutting my foot in half, so my midfoot, weight into my heels, take my grip, big breath, pulling the slack, getting the lats tight, hips back, and drive through. So it's really important to drive your hips, press with your legs, and pull with your back simultaneously. At no point through the lift do you want to, stop pressing with your legs and just pull with your back. Everything works in conjunction with a deadlift. Everything works together. Your whole body is one. So I think one of the most important things when thinking about repetition sets on the deadlift is just keeping tension on the bar the whole time, rather than doing it 1 rep at a time, getting to the top, standing strong, just letting it drop, and then setting up again. If you're going for a rep set, keep tension on the bar the whole way. So what that will look like, so tension the whole time. If you need to re-brace, breathe again, do it whilst the bar's not in motion, so whilst you're at the top. And also, whilst we're at the top of the deadlift, we're not overextending. From time to time you do see some people, they'll get to the top of the deadlift, they'll pull it right back, their legs aren't locked out, overextending their back, potential risk for injury.